Hello, welcome dear student, welcome all of you in the next lecture of the topic solution. So dear student, in the last lecture we have started with the colligative properties. In that, what is the definition of a colligative property? The properties of a physical solution in which depends on the number of solute particles only and not on the nature of the solute particle. So the colligative properties are the properties of a solution which depends only on the number of solute particle and not on the nature of the solute particles. Nature means either it is present in the any one of the state, solid state or liquid state or the gaseous state. It depends only on the number of solute particles. So in that we have studied 4 colligative properties. The first one, lowering of vapor pressure. The second one, elevation in boiling point. The third one, depression in freezing point, and the fourth one, osmotic pressure. So let us start with the first colligative property, vapor pressure. What is mean by vapor pressure? So the vapor pressure of a solution is defined as the pressure exerted by the vapors on the surface of the liquid when the vapors is in equilibrium with its solid or liquid. So this is the definition of a vapor pressure. What is mean by lowering of vapor pressure? We have discussed in our last lecture lowering of vapor pressure. That means delta P, which is equal to here, if we have the P01 be the vapor pressure of pure solvent, and if P1 be the vapor pressure of a solution, then delta P, lowering of vapor pressure, which is equal to P01 minus P1. That means the lowering of vapor pressure that we have just discussed in our last lecture. Delta P is equal to P01 minus P. That is, it is called as a lowering of vapor pressure, because when we add a non-volatile, non-electrolyte solute to the solvent, then it forms a solution, and the vapor pressure of a solution is get lowered when we add the non-volatile, non-electrolyte solute to the solvent. Therefore, we have to compare the vapor pressure of a solution and a pure solvent. Then it is observed that the vapor pressure of a solution is get lowered, and that lowering is indicated by the delta P. It is denoted by a letter delta P. So the delta P is equal to P01 minus P. Then we have discussed what is mean by relative lowering of vapor pressure. So the relative lowering of vapor pressure, is defined as it is the ratio of lowering of vapor pressure to the vapor pressure of a pure solvent. It is defined as it is the lowering of vapor pressure, or it is the ratio of lowering of vapor pressure to the vapor pressure of a pure solvent. So just all these things we have discussed in our last lecture. Next to that, here we have the next point, that means the lowering of vapor pressure is a colligative property. We have to show that the lowering of vapor pressure is a colligative property. So for that we know about the Raoult's law, and Raoult's law is stated for the volatile component of the solution, and therefore for the Raoult's law, here P1, which is equal to P01 x1, and P2, which is equal to here P2, which is equal to P02 x2. So in that both the components they are volatile, and therefore the Raoult's law is stated for the volatile component. But when we make a solution, then in that solution a solute is a non-volatile non-electrolyte, and therefore for the solution of a non-volatile non-electrolyte solute, the Raoult's law, it can be stated only as here P1 which is equal to P01 X1, because here the P2, that means here we have a here we have P2 is equal to P02 X2, and therefore the vapor pressure of a solute means the P02 is equal to 0 here for a non-volatile non-electrolyte solute, and therefore we have to show that this is the colligative property. That means the lowering of vapor pressure is a colligative property. Therefore we have started with this Raoult's law for a non-volatile solute, and the Raoult's law for a non-volatile solute which is equal to P1 equal to P01 X1. But as we know from our 11th standard topic, second topic, X1 plus X2, as we know X1 plus X2 which is equal to 1, and therefore here X1 which is equal to 1 minus X2, X1 which is equal to 1 minus X2. So if we have to put the value of X1 in this equation, here we have P1 which is equal to P01 and X1 which is equal to 1 minus X2. Therefore here it becomes P01 minus P01 X2. If we simplify this bracket, then we get here P01 into 1 means P01 minus P01 into X2, P01 X2. If we simplify this equation, then here we get here P01 minus P1 which is equal to, because in this step here we increase one step here. If we take a common P01 here, okay, so here we get here P01 minus P1 which is equal to P01 X2, P01 minus P1 which is equal to P01 X2. Just here we have simplified these steps. So next to that, here we know P01 minus P1 which is equal to delta P. P01 minus P1 which is equal to delta P. So we can write here as a delta P which is equal to here P01 X2, and therefore delta P upon P01 which is equal to X2. Delta P upon P01 which is equal to X2. That means this is the relative lowering of vapor pressure, and it depends on the X2. X2 means the mole fraction. X2 means the mole fraction of solute. So it is proved that the relative lowering of vapor pressure is an colligative property. That means it depends on the number of solute particles indirectly, because it depends on the mole fraction of the solute. And what is the mole fraction? X2 which is equal to N2 divided by N1 plus N2. So the lowering of vapor pressure is an colligative property. That things here we have to prove. Lowering of vapor pressure is an colligative property. Then if This is an colligative property, means the relative lowering of vapor pressure. That means delta P upon P naught 1, which is equal to X2. That means the lowering of vapor pressure is an colligative property. So what is the application of this colligative property? The colligative property is used to determine the molar mass of solute. It is used to determine the molar mass of a solute. So next point is how to calculate the molar mass of the solute from this colligative property. And as we know here, delta P upon P naught 1, which is equal to X2. That means the relative lowering of vapor pressure is dependent on the X2. X2 means what? X2 means the number of moles of solute. X2 means it is the number of moles of solute. So here X2, and X2 means what? Therefore delta P upon P naught 1, which is equal to X2. What is the expression for X2? X2 means the mole fraction of solute, and it is equal to N2 divided by N1 plus N2. But here the summation of N1 plus N2, it is nearly equal to N1. N1 means the number of moles of solvent, N2 means the number of moles of solute, and here we take a very dilute solution, and therefore the summation of N1 plus N2 is nearly equal to N1, because the colligative properties are studied for the dilute solution, the concentration of the solution less than 0.2. That means a more amount of solvent is present in that solution as compared to the solute, and therefore if we compare the number of moles of solute and solvent in the solution, then the number of moles of solvent is very large than solute, and therefore N1 plus N2 is considered as a N1, and therefore here delta P upon P naught 1, which is equal to N2 divided by N1. N2 means the number of moles of solute, and N1 means the number of moles of solvent. But as we know from our first topic, or from our 11th standard first topic, N2 which is equal to W2 upon M2, and N1 which is equal to W1 upon M1, where the W2 is the weight of a solute and M2 is the molar mass of the solute. W1 is the weight or mass of a solvent, and M1 is the molar mass of a solvent, because as we know the notation 1 1 1 1 is used for the solvent and 2 2 2 is used for the solute. If we put these value in this formula, then we get here delta P, which is delta P upon P naught 1, which is equal to X2, and means X2, and X2 means here N2 upon N1, means here W2 upon M2 divided by W1 upon M1. Here delta P upon P is 0, that means the X2 means N2 divided by N1 here, and if we put the value of N2 upon N1, then here we can say that delta P upon P naught 1 relative lowering of vapor pressure, which is equal to, if we simplify these, then we get W2 M1 divided by M2 W1. That means this is one of our colligative property, lowering of, or the relative lowering of vapor pressure. E means from this colligative property we have to calculate the molar mass of the solute. So here from the colligative property we can determine the molar mass of the solute as delta P upon P naught 1, which is equal to W2 M1 divided by M2 W1. So this is a very important formula to calculate the molar mass of the solute M2. And if we simplify this formula for M2, then we get here M2, which is equal to W2 M1 P naught 1 divided by delta P into W1. So this is the formula for the determination of the molar mass of the solute from the colligative property. That means from our colligative property, from our first colligative property, that is lowering of vapor pressure, or it is also called as a relative lowering of vapor pressure. So this is a very important formula. Sometimes some numericals, some questions it may be asked on these subtopic, that means determine the molar mass of the solute from the vapor pressure, lowering of vapor pressure. So the derivation is asked for the 2 mark. हे जे काही derivation आता आपण बघितलेलं आहे, रिलेशन बिटवीन मोलार मास अँड द लोअरिंग ऑफ वेपर प्रेशर, हे 2 मार्कांसाठी विचारलं जातं. किंवा याच्यावरचं क्वेश्चन न्यूमेरिकल्स, हाऊ टू कॅल्क्युलेट द मोलार मास ऑफ द सॉलिड फ्रॉम द relative lowering of vapor pressure. And here we know what is the value of delta P here. Delta P is equal to डायरेक्टली जर डेल्टा पी जर आपल्याला दिलेला नसेल आणि वेपर प्रेशर हे सोल्युशनचं आणि सॉल्व्हंटचं दिलं असेल, तर मग आपल्याला माहिती आहे डेल्टा पी विच इज इक्वल टू हियर पी नॉट 1 मायनस P1. So from this we have to calculate the delta P, and if we put the value of all these in this equation, then we have to calculate the M2. M2 means the molar mass of the solute. So dear student, in this today's lecture we have calculated the molar mass of the solute. Here we have to calculate the molar mass of the solute from the first colligative property, that is lowering of vapor pressure. That is the lowering of vapor pressure. So dear student, in today's lecture we will stop here. In today's lecture we have discussed here the how the colligative property means, how the lowering of vapor pressure is a colligative property. That means it depends on the x2. X2 means it depends on the n2, because the colligative properties are the properties of a solution which depends on the number of solute particles. That means n2. n2 means the x2. Firstly, from the Raoult's law, but the Raoult's law is applicable for the non-volatile solute, and therefore we have to write only one expression for the solvent only. P1 is equal to P01 x1. But as we know, x1 which is equal to x1 plus x2 is equal to 1, and therefore if we rearrange the equation, then from that we know, or we come to know that relative lowering of vapor pressure is dependent on the mole fraction of the solute. That means it is a colligative property, and therefore the major application of the colligative property is to determine the molar mass of the solute. So we have to start with the delta P upon P01, which is equal to x2. But as we know here, x2 which is equal to n2 divided by n1 plus n2, but n1 plus n2, in that summation n1 which is a very large, which the number of moles of solvent is very much large, and therefore here we can write only n1. And if we put the value of n1 and n2, because as we know n1 which is equal to, n means the number of moles, here n which is equal to weight upon molecular weight, and therefore n1 which is equal to W1 upon M1, n2 which is equal to W2 upon M2. Then if you put the value of this in this relative lowering of vapor pressure, then we get the relation between lowering of vapor pressure and the molar mass of the solute. So in today's lecture, dear student. We will stop here. We will meet in the next lecture. Till then, thank you.